decided to make one more stop before heading out of Kentucky. A subscriber suggested that I check this place out before I leave, and I'm really glad that they did. I can't remember your name, but thank you to whoever it was that suggested that I come here. It's a beautiful state park. Yeah, that was a stuck tour bus being pushed by a massive group of Amish folk. Not something that you see every day. I have decided to head out of here though and start making my way towards Tennessee again later on this evening. My stay in Kentucky was definitely pretty short, but I feel like I got a lot in between the Cumberland Gap and Cumberland Falls here and then the Daniel Boone National Forest last night. This has got to be one of the most beautiful state parks I've ever been to. Wow, but it's time to get back on the road. Goodbye, Kentucky. I ended up driving pretty late last night, grabbing a shower at a local Planet Fitness and then staying at this Walmart here. I was a little bit concerned about staying here. There were quite a few signs that said like no loitering between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. There was another one that said no overnight semi-truck parking, but I noticed that there were a bunch of semi-trucks parked here anyways, and there wasn't a security guard or anything like that driving around the lot at night, so I decided to take the risk. I found this little corner of the parking lot underneath a tree here, and it worked out really well. I slept great. I wouldn't normally take a risk like that. The majority of the issues that I've ever had with like police encounters and security guards have been at Walmart parking lots, so I tend to be a little bit more cautious than that, but I decided to go for it just because I was so exhausted and it was getting late and I didn't really want to find anywhere else, and fortunately for me it did work out. Today's plan is to hang out with Law again. I'm in that northeast corner of Tennessee. I'm making my way towards Asheville, North Carolina. I'll probably be heading over there tomorrow morning, but I figured tonight and tomorrow a little bit I want to try to hang out with Law one more time. I don't really get the chance to see him very often, and Tulane has a football game tonight. They're going to be on primetime ESPN2 playing the University of South Florida. It's probably not going to go well for them, but we're going to try to catch the game and, like I said, hang out and take it easy. So I made it to Asheville, North Carolina. I ended up spending 2 days hanging out with Law over in Tennessee and then driving over here this afternoon. So this evening I'm planning to meet up with Nick from Fifth Element Camping. They basically do modular camper setups specifically designed for Honda Elements. It's a really awesome setup. If you guys haven't heard of them, definitely check them out. I'll put a link in the description below. We're planning to grab a beer right now and then maybe hang out a little bit after that as well. After grabbing a beer last night, Nick and I ended up going out to some of his land just outside of Asheville, and we ended up camping there last night. We made a campfire and everything and hung out. It was a really awesome evening. So I want to do a quick tour of one of Nick's modular camping setups here. Again, it's called Fifth Element Camping, and I'll put a link in the description below so you guys can check out his website. So here's the Element. It's got a pop top here, an e-folly, a pop top, an e-camper. I know I've talked about it quite a few times on the channel, so that's pretty neat. There's a whole bed upstairs, and then there's also a bed mode that we've got downstairs as well. The entire setup is modular, so right now it converts into, you can see here, a full-size bed, but then it can also convert into a bench mode and also a half-size bed so that you can use this little side area for storage. Probably the coolest thing and the most recognizable thing is the cabinet here. It's this beautifully done cabinet with a bunch of storage in it, and it fits really perfectly with the interior of the Element so that you can maximize that storage space. This is what the setup looks like in half bed mode, and it's got some really cool features when it's in this mode here. For one, you can access the cabinet here a lot easier. There's a little drop down desk there which you can use. You can almost sit on the bed and put your feet on the ground, which is also pretty awesome. And Nick is a big mountain biker as well, so what he did is he installed an actual mountain bike rack so that you can fit it in storage alongside the bed. Another cool thing about the single bed mode setup is that you can also access the driver's seat and basically just hop in and drive off even while the bed is still set up. That's something that I can't really do in my Element and would definitely be a nice upgrade. And here the setup is in bench mode. It took about 2 or 3 minutes to break the whole thing down. Really easy to do, and it's just got a really awesome setup in here now that you could use to hang out in and just relax. They've also got this foldable outdoor kitchen setup here with a sink and a couple of stove tops here, and then also a big counter space. This thing folds up to about 1/3 of its size right now, and it fits just nicely behind the center console inside the Element. It was really awesome getting the chance to camp with Nick here, but now we're about to head out of here and head back into Asheville. Nick and I had been following each other for a while on Instagram, and I had even seen some of his original conversions that he had posted to the Element Owners Club website like 2 years ago when I was thinking about ideas on how I wanted to build out my Element. So it was really neat to get the chance to kind of see how the camper conversion has evolved over the years. He's put a lot of time and a lot of thought and effort into how he wants to build these things and really perfected them. He's done a lot of different revisions. The workmanship of the actual modular camper system is really impressive, and it was really neat to get the chance to finally see one of these things in person. After leaving the campsite, we ended up going back into Asheville and exploring some more, and then Nick took me over to the Sierra Nevada brewery. Obviously, Sierra Nevada is originally based out of California, but they recently opened a second distribution center and brewery right here in Asheville, I guess so they could increase their East Coast presence. It was really awesome getting the chance to see that building. I mean, it was pretty overwhelming how big it was and how much was going on. Sierra Nevada's always been one of my favorite beers, so I definitely enjoyed getting the chance to explore there. Thank you again, Nick, for taking the time to show me around the area and hosting me and allowing me to camp with you on the land. It was really awesome getting the chance to meet you. And before ending the vlog, I do have 2 new Patreon pledges to thank as well. Deb Fadas and Brian Woodward. Thanks so much for joining the Patreon team. Your support will help keep these videos alive. I'll talk to you all in the next one.